Good morning, dear students. In previous lecture, we discussed about the compounds or the new chapter, that is aldehyde and ketone, where both of them contain functional group, carbonyl group, out of which aldehyde contains CHO group and ketone contains a CO group. Then we also discuss about the nomenclature, that is common name system and IUPAC system for the both, for aldehyde and ketone. Now the next topic is to discuss the structure of carbonyl group. Now you can as you know, CO group, where carbon is having two free valencies and two valencies of carbon get satisfied with oxygen, one atom of oxygen. So here, as in previous classes I told you that in case of hybridization, whenever carbon atom possess one double bond, it always undergo sp2 hybridization, and following the same rule we can see here, as carbon is doubly bonded with oxygen, so here carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization. At the same manner, oxygen also undergoes sp2 hybridization. So first we discuss about the sp2 hybridization of carbon present in carbonyl group. So atomic number of carbon is 6. So ground state electronic configuration of carbon is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz0. Now in this condition, first excitation takes place. So one electron from 2s get shifted or excited to 2pz orbital. So now the new electronic excited state configuration of carbon becomes 1s2, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1. Out of these, this carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization, where 1s and 2p orbital get involved. They mix and recast to form 3 sp2 hybrid orbital that you can see here, and each carries one electron each. In addition to that, one unhybridized pz, 2pz orbital is also there, which also contain one electron. So this is about the, and it is having a trigonal geometry. In the same manner, oxygen with electronic with atomic number 8 shows electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2px2, 2py1, 2pz1. In that condition, what happened? The oxygen undergoes sp2 hybridization in ground state only. In case of carbon, the sp2 hybridization takes place when excitation takes place, but in case of oxygen, here the hybridization takes place only in the ground state of oxygen, and here also one s orbital and 2 p orbital, they mix and recast to form again 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, and out of which 2 sp2 hybrid orbital, they contain lone pair of electron. Remaining one sp2 hybrid orbital, it contains one electron, and it is also having one unhybridized 2pz orbital where it contains one electron. Now here we are going to form a structure of it. So here you can see that in the left side carbon is there, and carbon showing 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, out of which one sp2 hybrid orbital with one electron overlap with the oxygen sp2 hybrid orbital of oxygen, so it forms carbon-carbon sigma bond. At the same time, the unhybridized 2pz orbital, they form a bond laterally to form a pi bond. So here carbon oxygen form carbon sigma bond and one carbon pi bond. So carbon double bond O we already show here. Now when you concentrate on oxygen, the remaining two hybrid orbitals of that oxygen, it already contains a lone pair of electron, that is a pair of electron which is called as a lone pair of electron. Therefore oxygen always carries two lone pair here. And now concentrate on the remaining 2 sp2 hybrid orbital of carbon, where you can see that carbon, it may form a bond with either hydrogen in case of aldehyde or both aryl group in case of ketone. So this is a structure for carbonyl group. Obviously it is having a trigonal geometry and bond angle is 120 degrees Celsius. Now this carbonyl group gets stabilized due to phenomenon of resonance. You can see in the below structure that the electron gets shifted to oxygen, so carbon becomes positively charged, oxygen becomes negatively charged, so the electron delocalization we can see here, and that is why this carbonyl group is a stable group. Now turning toward the next topic, that is the method of preparation or method of formation of aldehyde and ketone. So first we discuss about the preparation of aldehyde. In your syllabus the preparation of aldehyde is from oxidation method. So first we start with the oxidation of alcohol. So whenever primary alcohol like ethanol CH3 CH2OH, it undergoes oxidation in presence of acidic potassium dichromate, it get converted to acetaldehyde and water molecule get removed here. Then second method is by reduction method. It is a specific reduction that is called as a Rosenmund reduction of acid chloride. So this is a preparation which is given in your syllabus. You have to do this. Means in your syllabus there is a preparation of aldehyde from acid chloride and preparation of ketone from nitrile is given, okay, but still we are adding one oxidation reaction also. So in Rosenmund reduction reaction of acid chloride, Rosenmund reduction means you must remember that ki palladium catalyst in presence of barium sulfate, that is the identity of that Rosenmund reduction. So when acetyl chloride means CH3COCl undergoes reduction in boiling xylene in presence of the catalyst palladium and in presence of barium sulfate, it undergoes reduction to form acetaldehyde and HCl get removed here. So it is the second preparation of aldehyde. Now turning towards the ketone, again ketone can be formed by simple oxidation, but in case of aldehyde we started oxidation from primary alcohol, but here for ketone to find out as a final product we start with the secondary alcohol. So secondary alcohol just like isopropyl alcohol undergoes oxidation in same condition with acidic potassium dichromate, so it will form acetone, and acetone is a ketone and water molecule get removed here. And the main method of preparation is from nitrile. Now nitrile means CN group, C triple bond N group is nitrile group. It is also called as cyanide also. So this acetonitrile, as you can see, the first reactant is acetonitrile, that is CH3 C triple bond N. This reacts with Grignard reagent, that is CH3RMgX. We are taking specifically methyl magnesium iodide, and here addition reaction takes place across the carbon nitrogen triple bond. So after addition reaction from the Grignard reagent, CH3 get attached to carbon and the remaining MgI get attached to nitrogen. This is called as the addition product. We write it in a square bracket because it is very unstable compound or intermediate. So immediately hydrolysis takes place between carbon nitrogen, and so it form acetone and ammonia is removed here. Okay, so this is about the preparation of ketone. Another specific example we are going to take here, that is for aryl ketone. Suppose we are taking instead of acetonitrile benzonitrile. So here in case of CH3 it becomes a PH, means phenyl ring. So a benzonitrile reacts with again methyl magnesium iodide, same addition reaction across carbon nitrogen triple bond takes place, and here CH3 from methyl magnesium iodide get attached to carbon and remaining moiety get attached to nitrogen. Again the product is unstable, it is called as addition product. It undergoes immediately hydrolysis to form acetophenone. So this is a aryl ketone. So this is about the method of preparation of aldehyde and ketone. Thank you.